There's a lot of very fascinating people in the academia. Kinda makes me want to go study there. If you're always asking why, you end up thinking yourself into a corner. Sometimes it's better to let go. There's a lot of very fascinating people in the academia. Kinda makes me want to go study there. Do you hear that? Something's going on over there. I'm gonna go check it out. Early bird gets the worm. There's a lot of very fascinating people in the academia. Kinda makes me want to go study there. If you're always asking why, you end up thinking yourself into a corner. Sometimes it's better to let go. Do you hear that? Something's going on over there. I'm gonna go check it out. Early bird gets the worm.
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
The only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon-class commission, right?
The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting. All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure, despite attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers. With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this commission to the adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years.
Well, that's us for sure.
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot. If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission.
Okay, so who are we looking for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara Village. They say one of their own villagers has gone missing. But the problem is, they don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance.
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name? If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all. Could it be some sort of a prank or something?
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and judging by their appearance and tone of voice, they seemed incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them. Besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs Mora to carry out. In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara Village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable. The best—
Alright then, let's go! I'm starting to get really curious about this whole thing.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Time to go.
We made it to Vimara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy? If this commission is really as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry it.
Hello there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vimara Village.
Ah, so you're here about that, then. You're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'll be able to help us, only to leave soon with nothing to show for their efforts. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, guess you are really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions. I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know? We just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now. At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
Alright, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy. In his early 20s, probably. Incredibly kind sort of person. Always willing to lend a helping hand. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays, so genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village, there's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. Alright, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
It's the guests I hear.
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out. Well, Traveler, what do you think? Paimon thinks so too. Like, the name thing. It's so weird that no one remembers his name. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with? Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
Yep, sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission. My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vamara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, Please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky, or stop to feel... I was actually adopted by the people of Vamara Village. I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village...
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news, everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might... Really? You know exactly how I feel?
Aww.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing village, no matter what came my way, I knew I could... He was so thoughtful and pure. And patient, too. Whenever I talked to him, ever since he disappeared, there's been... No, none of those things matter.
Wow. You two must have been real... Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or...
Still...
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still... Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler? Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it... The Abyss Order. Could they be... Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, let's dance.
One with nature. The wind knows me. Fallen leaves adorn my night into the wind.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to...
It was no trouble.
Now that I think about it, the hilly... They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight.
Maybe the Abyss Order... Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vamara Village, just in case. If the... Wait a second. The person... It's Dainslev!
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head...
Yep, see you later, Atosa! Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose? No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure the Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in—
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the Hilly Trail activity?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine—
Still, the Hilly Trail activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here.
the best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy. And you shall have them. I never intended to hide— Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk. Ah. So that was the commission that brought you here. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity. And that is certainly not much to go off of.
Right! That mysterious voice he heard in his sister's memory. The one who called himself a—
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you? I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his name is Vedderfolnir. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin.
Your brother?
There were 5 of them. The 5 sinners of Canria. The wise, Roptatir. The visionary, Vedderfolnir. Gold, Rhindaughter. No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedderfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clotar to create the Abyss Order—
They were once people of great esteem in Canria. Those who carried the 6 of us together. We should have been the ones to— Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more, so they became sinners, but also transcendent beings. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy. And for that, indeed, if they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also— Of course. As I said, I never—
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from—
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to— There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not—
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of— Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of—
the ley lines.
Traveler, you were able to observe your sibling. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is—
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village. The person who seems to exist—
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigate— tired. Paimon used way too much brain juice yesterday. It's all Dane. Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
This is such a great place for a vacation. Let me just take a few more days off.
Time to go.
Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here? Did something happen?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
No, it wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up. And I'm certain I've never met this person before. I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then!
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to...
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, come with me. We must...
Oh, so you're going to take us to it?
Of course.
Follow the wind.
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Hey, wait up!
with nature. Shine down. The wind's moving. Clouds high. The birds call.
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Time to go.
There is no escape. I'll protect us.
One with nature. That hurts.
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism. Ah, the door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Shine down.
Let's dance.
knows me. As one with wind and cloud.
Ways to the wicked!
Foolish mortals!
Into the wind.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have...
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's been...
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place. The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect... Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer. I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye? That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to Vimara Village and see what's going on. Hey, look at those hilly churls over there. Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago?
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering. Such was the price they paid, and thus there's...
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now? It sounded so gentle. Could that... Oh, this is weird. Let's check if the... Looks like the same thing is happening over here, too.
You see, we're both still... We've reclaimed an endless amount. Release your tears.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, you will sleep well, Father. When you awake, that which differentiates...
It almost sounds like a poem or... Well, now that the hilly trolls have calmed down, Vimaraville, let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our
Time to go.
Grandpa Medea, is everyone all right? The Abyss order.
The Abyss Order? Thank you for your concern.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across.
Someone's gone missing, you say?
Huh? You know, the young guy from Vamara Village. The one that's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually.
Ah, I do apologize. At least right now, I can't seem to recall.
How is that? Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Ahmed. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again? You're right. We should narrow down the possibility.
Someone's gone missing?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind...
Oh, I know who you're talking.
Really? You remember...
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. Then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why just... Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just... Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories?
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukadevada, no one remembers him. Because there's been a change in people's memories. No, Bahram still remembers him. He just forgot about the fact that this person went missing. If we really did travel, time travel is extremely difficult to perform. If this person only exists in people's memory.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. Right. If he's someone who only exists in people... But didn't Bayram just say that he saw him leave the village? Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is going... Good idea! That'll help. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to... Right! That! Can we try to figure out more? Like, does it maybe leave a trick?
There's a difference between memories that are... Maybe not. If time was allowed to pass within the...
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That's the tell of the fake memory. The implanted memories are based... If the memories included the regular passage of time, like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember... That's why he makes sure the memories take...
The color of the sky.
Oh, right! That's
Come to think of it, every time we talked, time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking...
Yep, that has to be it! This is definitely Atos's memory. Yeah, that's...
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. It's okay if you don't. You could also just...
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman. You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Oh, right! This version of Atosa has a medicine.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me, so I should see what they need.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Dane's brother. One of the 5 sinners of... No, that doesn't seem right. Born into abject sorrow, he shall now be... Your... Kari Bear Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? This is Atosa's memory. But I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk. I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, but despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the Loom of Fate. I was merely, in truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over. As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable, in its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability, but it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. After all, its existence cost me my life. Ah, that. I was wrong to implant those memories. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed, as if... I know it. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Amadea, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. I was curious, so I selfishly, even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the I know. Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that the Loom of Fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time. His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location. Capitalizing on their pursuit, he would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan. That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already. Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice any— I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be complete. I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet, creating new ley line in the face of everything they could be planning. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate. You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered. To comfort me, my father told me a story. That this was a fairy tale world, where I had to take on the form of a little— That story managed to dispel my fears. Even if just for a moment. My goal was simple. To use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create— to implant a specific memory into the in that memory, I would tell them a story. I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, all that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. But now, The bedtime story?
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after the loom of fate, huh? Before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the heavenly principles However, the heavenly principles will awaken. We just don't. You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right. So ask yourself this. Who was it that... Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about... Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw it. Oh, and Dane came by just now? He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were alright and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that... Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw he was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what... Wait, really? What is... Well, what happened after that?
Ah, there you are. Sleep well.
Bayram? You sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't... It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. So there we were, searching away. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree out. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Oh, and we also remembered his name, Curry Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner. Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is, and we're all relieved to...
Seems like everyone thinks Curry Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now. Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's
Oh, it's you two. I was part of the search party, so honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important. It's funny, but I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is me. I'm just happy I got to meet him. Okay, I'll admit. I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye? You don't need... It's just like Curry Bear said. It's the things we... And, you know, if he has a heart, maybe... Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promise I...
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back... Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened? A picture? Where?
Add Astro. Thank you for Add Astro.
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday?
Is that really the most important part, though, Clarion? Have you all's cold railings, dim lights? This is obvious.
I admire the work put into the set. Still.
So the set is going.
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither
Anyone think Clarion's smile is starting to look.
Well, whatever happens, we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure. If we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we give ourselves a different name, just like Cloran's master did?
Yeah, it might be better to keep a low profile. As long.
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or.
Oh, Paimon's good. Thanks. Why aren't you saying anything, Navia?
Oh, this is the short sword Cloran mentioned last night. I found it.
Huh. I'm surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
Well, I made sure to take good care of it, considering the... Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. I was just thinking about all the potential...
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison.
Well, it's only a matter of time. It pays to be prepared. Just like how you should always have...
Alright, Paimon's made up her mind. Let's just give the... Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to land us in prison somehow, Paimon will be too upset to enjoy her snacks.
So, you reached an agreement?
Oh, and we'll collect all the scattered pieces of treasure on the ground as well.
All right. You collect the treasure and make your way back to the cap... The city is still shrouded in a gloomy, oppressive atmosphere. But your spirits are surprisingly high in places where sunlight struggles to reach. You generously share your wealth with the...
Thank you, kind soul.
The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back.
She's probably trying to tell us to speed this up.
Should we go find that man again at the square? He seemed like a pretty responsible guy.
Oh, good idea!
Just as you start to make way to the square, Please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you.
Greetings, gentlemen. Are we...
Surely you jest, my lady. That would not be our place. It is His Excellency the King who requests to meet with you.
Do you think this could be a trap?
Well, we have to investigate the court at some point, right? Meeting the king himself.
I say we go for it. If something happens, we'll just turn the whole place.
That sounds a little...
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. Gilded tables line both sides of the hall. The space itself is adorned with all manner of expensive...
Wow, it's so luxurious.
The elderly king, clad in a magnificent... He wears above his head a majestic crown, with a gemstone the size of a bird's... They're here, your majesty. A man dressed in dark clothes, likely a minister. After a moment, he lowers his hands and steps...
The king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings.
The king remains still and... Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway king. I've heard tell that your group... However, seeing that I was not fortunate enough to...
Well, we've got nothing to hide. You brought us here to... The golem's blades were so powerful, they could cut down trees in a single swipe! It took a lot of effort to defeat... Well, there was enough details, right?
Your account does indeed match those of the survivors.
Well, we did take the treasure...
How did he know about the...
Then I must ask that...
Wait, but didn't you just say that our great deed deserves...
Yes, that was indeed what I... Only that which is freely given by the king can be considered a reward. Take...
But that's completely...
Yeah, that makes no sense! If it weren't for us, the treasure...
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. You tried to dispose of the treasure without... What, no answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you...
Well, what about the king? Is he just gonna let this guy...
Clad in his magnificent robe, the king remains seated, with his hands resting on either side of...
From the look of things, could the Prime Minister be the evil...
I would like to observe the number of guards.
The guards in the palace appear fully armed, their expressions solemn. Sensing the tense atmosphere...
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole place upside down.
It appears we've been visited by nothing more than a group of Before I decide your fate, however, I must first
Can't we try to slip away? Or maybe...
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared...
Thanks, you guys.
You allow yourself to be led... It's only when you begin to feel drops of water falling from the dungeon... Stay here, and don't try anything funny. The guards lock the cell door and leave without looking back.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes through the dark hall, but the...
No! What should we do now?
Carve out a new path of fate with our...
You reach toward your waist, but find nothing...
What about that knife I hid in my boot?
When did you hide it in there?
When I was thinking about digging a tunnel.
Rejected. You failed to inform the GM of this course of action. Moreover, the guards would...
And the keys to the cell aren't anywhere to be...
Correct. You don't even feel a lock hold.
Well...
Indeed.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that statement holds true for me.
What? But that's a terrible...
Generally speaking, this should be the point where the scriptwriter gives the players some kind of hint. Or gives...
I mean, maybe they just really wanted us to be immersed in the feeling of being in prison? Like...
That is a...
If only there were desserts and tea in real prison. Oh, wait, guess it's kind of how the Fortress of Meripede works.
Oh, before I forget, Navia, the short eye took a closer look, and the craftsmanship doesn't appear to
Wait, Cloran said that sword used to belong to her master, right?
I doubt it. The way she went about things often made her seem childish more than anything.
Hang on. A precious heirloom passed down to you by your master.
Master left many things to me when she disappeared. There was the sword, an old key, and I gave you the sword back then, because...
Wait, when did this happen exactly?
After the duel.
Before that, Clorand would have meals with us and even stay over at the Spina some days. She was on great after the duel, though. There was a period of time where we simply didn't know how to face each other. We were both sad and conflicted. Whenever I looked at this sword, I couldn't help but wonder. If Miss Petronia had never back then, it felt like I hadn't just lost a
No one can change the past. The most important thing is that you two...
Yep. I'm sorry, you two. Think nothing of it.
Looks like the next part of our script is here.
Perfect timing. The situation. From Claren's face, I really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. In this eventually, you get used to the unpleasant odor of straw, mold, and rust. And suddenly, you hear footsteps up.
Heads up, everyone.
Gather close, everyone, and keep your voice down.
Who are you?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the...
Huh?
Shh! I've already sent away the other guards, but if we make...
I understand, but how can we be sure we...
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed.
Executed?
Monsters appearing at the same location as the treasure.
There will be time for speculation once we're out of here. As for my identity, I have no way to... Infiltrating the capital was difficult, and finding a chance to speak with you has taken a lot out of me.
Have you seen our weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're just behind the door. Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat... His faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control. To defeat him, you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the Marechaussee Hunter...
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best as long as my identity is not revealed.
In that case, please...
Thank you for your concern. I will... As for the location of the vault, here.
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close. You now have the chance to restore the honor and legacy of the and be sure.
With the help of the guard, you successfully escape the dungeons.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
This should be the place marked...
This bit of rock certainly...
Well, I'd say an investigation's in order that...
Wow, you really...
Before you lies a serene stretch of open water.
Well, guess this means...
What's the matter?
It's nothing. As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an...
Time to go.
Wow, this must be where the treasure...
But this door is blocking our way in. Huh. What have we got down here?
A pattern on a stone door.
Is something wrong?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive. Your surroundings are
that description...
We're doing this for the sake of the people.
Linny's right. We need to keep going. The next part of the story requires us to solve the...
Yes, that should be fine. Something feels off.
I found something!
Found something here, too. Time to go.
Same here!
Wind Strider.
It worked!
Something just appeared.
By solving the puzzles, you prove yourself at the end of each...
With?
A key.
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
Huh? This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys. It is said that 4 keys...
Huh? What's wrong?
You hear a few strange noises.
Huh? What's going on?
For the sake of
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here. Oh, right. Sorry.
Suddenly, you...
There's someone else here?
I've been discovered then?
Wait.
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself.
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Well, if we can't see anything, that means we can't fight to the full...
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be...
Retreat! That's not the hunter way. If it's dark for us, then it's dark for him.
Your choice is noted. Please keep your eyes closed until I tell you the torches have been relit. This battle will be in the dark.
You got it!
Well then. Ready. Hunt them down.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
Your strike is successful.
Ha! Is he still standing? Goodness, he sure has a lot of HP.
Is it over? Can we open our eyes now?
The enemy is strong and relentless, but the battle is nearing its end.
What about now?
Final strike. Ha!
we get him? Glorian?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, that look in his eyes. It's like he...
Huh? Mr. Florian? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be role-playing. Speak your name, guard. Why did you... Is this treasure really more important to you than...
What kingdom? What? I, Florian, am a true Marechaussee.
So he's also using his real name. Or, wait.
Then I'm even more confused. If you truly are a Marechaussee hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like you said?
What do you know? In this day and age, there's...
What's that supposed to...
My skills were passed down to me by my father. We lived a life of obscurity in the remote wilderness. And what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world that forgot the Marechaussee hunters were the ones who saved this city. We're heroes!
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember the hunters and their legacy?
So that's why you want to take the treasure for yourself? You feel like you're owed fame and wealth?
If you already knew where the treasure was located, why didn't you just come?
Because I still need...
Only a true Marechaussee hunter is as someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain. Florian lost...
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway?
You're sure you want to...
We've been talking about it for so long, of course we want...
And we've already defeated Florian, right?
Pesky brat.
Watch yourself.
Then let's open the door together.
All right. Before you, the door to the treasure, you hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse. Almost like a sleeping giant.
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Ooh, me too!
Ugh, uncovering hidden treasure is the most exciting part.
A stone tablet? And some shabby weapons?
You call this a treasure vault?
Maybe the troop ran out of budget at the end?
They provided a super immersive experience at the beginning only to drop the ball at the most important part? They could have at least filled this place with cardboard mora—
Wait, I get it now. Paimon, this is the real
Huh?
This is it? The Marechaussee hunter treasure is just a stone slab and some broken swords?
Whoa, are you okay?
The Marechaussee hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. If the rest of you wish to follow suit...
What is
the name.
The old and broken...
Walter.
So, how are you doing?
What just...
Do you remember how you got here? Or...
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to The
You mean these?
Huh? How did you...
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out. I've already dismantled the whole...
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine saved the day once again. Guess
I deserve some answers, don't you think? Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth. Luckily, your
I don't know. I just always felt like there was something in my heart that didn't belong to me. Something agitated and angry. The feelings about my father and the other Marechaussee hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry, bitter. I don't know when it started, but at some point, my anger came to completely consume me. At that point...
But if the treasure was all you cared about, why plant all those explosives? Wouldn't they just destroy...
I can't remember. My head is a mess.
From your description, I suspect you were
Devorator?
Oh, your master... your father, I mean. Never...
No, I've heard of it. I'm just not sure why you said... Wait, it can't be.
The seal?
My family has served as Marechaussee hunters for many generations. But my father instructed me to always watch over that seal and maintain it regularly. But I neglected that duty after he died. I finally decided to come down and...
The Devorator would be a formidable adversary for any mortal being, even ones as capable as the Hunters. If you lacked the power to completely destroy it, you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption.
I heard it has the power...
And yet, you were able to retrieve
One of them belonged to my father. I know just how strong you are. It's as clear as day to... The only way I could think to obtain that...
I won't
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it. The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marechaussee hunters.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer. Isn't he the true antagonist? The one who sought nothing but his own gain.
But I've already tainted my sword.
Wake up, Florian. Remember how Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be... You do not wield your sword for yourself, but to protect those you serve. There's nothing... Do you still not understand? Even after seeing the treasure for yourself? The contents of that...
You're right. I am a Marechaussee hunter.
I wouldn't be so quick to push it.
I know. That's...
Good. Then, come with me, and help me see the script through to the end.
Huh? See the script?
Never finished it.
No, I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here. There was no...
Then we'll just have to keep writing it. The evil sorcerer still needs to...
You mean the Devorator? Are you...
Is that really so hard? You've already written most of it. Surely you can write an ending where the hunter...
You aren't afraid your party will fall into danger?
I know what my friends are capable of, and they're all quite skilled.
Then, are you going to tell them...
I don't intend to spoil the fun.
They're back!
That took a while.
Ahem! My fellow Marechaussee hunters, please...
Tone it down.
Sorry.
After crossing swords with you and witnessing your courage in battle, I've rediscovered my true...
Oh, do I...
I confess, I was brainwashed by the evil sorcerer.
That little... Wait, you're saying...
That's right. He's adept at manipulating the hearts and minds of the people. I fell under his influence because I did not possess a strong enough sense of will.
Huh! And how are you going to prove that you're...
To be perfectly honest, I only came to my senses after seeing the treasure was actually—
The names of all the Marechaussee hunters from ages past.
Wait, you already know?
Of course. Don't underestimate a veteran role-player's exploration skill.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone tablet.
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. She inherited the responsibilities of the Golden Hunter and passed judgment on many people.
So, she was just like you.
Oh, you really think so?
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose working as an executioner, he supposedly used a countless number of tricks to confound his enemies.
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments. How could they have—
Because they chose to be. To hunt monsters that only appear in the shadows, you must also operate in the dark.
Then this stone tablet must have been left—
That's right. Few Marechaussee hunters ever revealed their identity. The only time they spoke of their accomplishments would be at night.
So, this tablet was created not so that the hunters would be remembered.
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone tablet in solemn silence. The tablet proves that their legacies shall
Father, you once told me that I should seek out the treasure if I ever became lost. Thank you, my friend. I implore you, everyone, please give me a chance to make up for all I've done. Allow me to fight alongside you and defeat the evil sorcerer that threatens the peace and prosperity of everyone in this kingdom.
Well,
Sounds good to me too.
I have no objections, but Mr. Florian,
When he took over my mind, I gained some insight into his thoughts.
Huh? He's afraid of the—
What if this GM permit—
At first glance, the weapons appear absolutely ordinary. These blades have slain countless monsters.
So basically take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to Est. Maybe it'll find comfort in—
Good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Paimon's gonna pick a cool weapon too!
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing through your being.
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find the—
I was able to see his surroundings when our minds were connected. I believe he's currently hiding out at the church in the kingdom. We must be extremely careful. He's spent so long—
Then why don't we explore some more and try to—
No, we have to strike now. He was greatly weakened when I managed to break out of—
I agree with Mr. Florian. We've got to act while we have the advantage.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting.
Yes, that's what's called— Yes, that—
Alright, you've persuaded Paimon.
Mr. Florian, please—
Of course.
He had to set up so many scenes today, and now he has to join in for this last part.
Finally, you decide to— As you walk away, you feel the gaze of the stone tablet. Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described. As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds—
How strange. This—
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go!
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. I don't think it's a good idea for you to be this close. If it corrupts you again, it's...
That's exactly why I have to go. Why I should be at the very front.
You mean...
Yes. I intend to lure it into my body.
That's too risky. If things get out of hand, I might have to kill you. Do you understand how dangerous this is?
I understand, but if I do this, the Devorator will have a hard time passing up a chance to enter a body it knows how to control. You're not like me, Miss Clorand. You're a just and powerful Marechaussee hunter. The monster... This is... Consider it a duel to restore my honor. My only request...
Then, as a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request for a duel. The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble on...
So lifelike.
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure. The power to defeat it in your own 2 hands.
The treasure? You mean... The names! It's the Marechaussee Hunters' names!
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Hunters fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter the Marechaussee Hunter. Master of 1,000 tricks. Executioner of the Phantom Hunters. I call for aid!
Est, the Marechaussee Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Petronia, protector of justice and order. The hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength!
We have come to answer your summons. And so, the monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated. Peace soon returned to the capital. Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser. Such is the story of the Marechaussee Hunters. They will always protect the city, and those within it. Yes, you've reached...
It's a pretty solid story overall. I thought it was just an ordinary adventure at first. That final battle especially. Oh, right, yeah.
Ah, that's a really good point. I never...
Yeah, mine nearly scared the daylights out of me when it started. Oh, we should probably give these props back, right?
Did you have a good time?
Of course. Let me know if another
Sure, no problem.
Then I'll head back for now. I think I need some time to... Once Mr. Florian is awake, please pack...
You're right. He's had a...
Well, see you all...
Okay, so... can I...
I think it should be fine. Yeah.
What in the...
So...
That time in the cave when you told us to close our eyes, it'd be weirder if...
I was dying of curiosity the entire time. I mean, you...
Guess none of us wanted to be the one to break the illusion.
What are you all talking about?
Oh, wait. Don't tell me Paimon never... Oh, this is all...
Bit late.
You're saying everything that happened...
It's probably more accurate to say this was never a real scripted...
What?
So loud.
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself!
No shaking, please!
Did Paimon just hear that right? You guys, it's not nice to lie to people, but Paimon's got to admit that...
Yeah, it was like watching a magician improvise a spectacular...
If Paimon knew something was wrong with that vault, she would have floated straight...
Everything was under control.
As if you've...
Guess I'm just used to it.
You must run into a lot of unexpected...
As for you...
I know there's no excuse for what I did.
I would say you've already suffered more. You may have been blinded by fame and fortune in the beginning, but your actions during the final battle have... You'll be far more used to the city above ground than below.
But...
Of course, you'll still need to take the keys and pay a personal visit to the 2 hunters you wronged.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, though, you're showing in the
Then I'll do it. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll do my best until we meet again.
Speaking of Marashose hunters, what should we do about the treasure in that cave?
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to people, make it so that the hunters are
No. Every name on that tablet made the same. I am no exception. My identity as a Marashose hunter is not something I need people to...
That's certainly very different from the path of a magician.
Wait! Paimon just remembered something. If there were no special effects involved...
That's because the Marashose hunters of ages past would often imbue their weapons with special enchantment.
Oh, so that's why they had an effect on that guy near the end.
Well, I'm sure the summons were...
Oh? How?
This particular devorator probably hailed from the same era as the hunters. The names you recited all belonged to the bravest hunters.
So the names held the power all...
Navia? Everything...
Huh? Oh, I meant what I said. I mean...
I really appreciated those words.
All right. Don't get all sentimental on me. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore.
She ran off!
I should probably head back as well. This story was truly incredible. I might... Goodbye!
Traveler. Should your name and deeds be forgotten?
I suppose the significance would be the journey itself and the world we helped create. There's still value in the time I shared with everyone here.
A great answer. I'll remember it. Me, the Marashose hunter, says nothing in response to... Perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An
Picked the wrong test subject.
The perfect distance!
Fry!
Ha! Going somewhere?
Fry! Fry!
Finally, I... Very...
Fry! Fry! again.
Let's end this now! We'll meet again. Let's end this now! We'll meet again. We'll meet again. Let's end this now! Let's end this now! Let's end this now! Let's end this now! We'll meet again. Let's end this now!
We should prepare. All we can.
Ready.
strike against... the enemy.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability. We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
We cannot just rely on the ocean's self-cleaning ability.
The wind knows me.
Torn to oblivion!
Into the wind.
Flames, purge!
I'll protect us. Hi. Hi.
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind.
Illusion shattered!
One with nature.
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Let the show begin.
Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
There is no escape!
Into the wind.
Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
I'll protect us.
One with nature.
Shine down!
Lay waste to the wicked!
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. light! The wind knows me.
Let the show begin.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion! Into the wind. Illusion shattered.
Dawn, break forth!
Now you shall perish. Time to go. One with nature.
There is no escape!
As one with wind and cloud, the wind knows me.
Lay waste to the wicked!
One with nature.
Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
I'll protect us.
Into the wind.
There is no escape! with nature. Clouds high, the birds call into the wind. Inazuma shines eternal.
Lay waste to the wicked! Ha!
Shine down. The wind knows it.
Go, Barbara!
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows it. Illusion shattered.
Flames, purge!
Shine down. Torn to oblivion. Into the wind.
Are you here to play with me?
The wind knows me.
Let me amuse myself. Over here!
Dawn, break forth!
The systems shine.
One with nature. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Into the wind.
Let me amuse myself a little. Blink!
The wind knows me.
Let's dance! Oh, over here! The more, the merrier. There you are, eavesdropper.
One with nature.
Let me amuse myself.
Time to go.
The merrier.
Into the wind.
Systems shine no longer.
The wind knows me.
Over here. Let me amuse myself.
Ways to the wicked!
Look at me. There you are, eavesdropper.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me. Time to go.
Flames, purge!
Over here.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. One with nature. Time to go.
Are you here to the wind?
Dawn, break forth!
Let me amuse myself a little. There you are, eavesdropper.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Look at me.
Let's take a moment to rest.
Follow the wind. The wind knows me. One with nature. Time to go. Into the wind. The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call.
I like this.
One with nature.
There's more! To the very end.
Time to go.
It's my lucky day.
The wind knows me.
Now you shall perish!
For the blade.
Let the show begin.
One with nature.
Let's get down to business. It's my lucky day.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. One with nature.
It's my lucky day.
Into the wind.
Run to oblivion!
Say no more, I blade!
One with nature.
This will end you!
Dawn, break forth!
Time to go. Into the wind.
You win this battle.
One with nature.
Illusion shattered!
To the very
There is no escape!
The wind knows me. Into the wind. Time to go.
finally, no. It's my lucky day.
One with nature.
Let's get down to business.
Into the wind.
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
You win this battle.
Time to go.
Another test subject.
The wind knows me.
There is no escape!
You will pay for that.
Flames, purge!
Done. You win this battle. Let's get down to business.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Dawn, break forth!
Cut down like this.
Time to go. Into the wind.
There is no escape!
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call.
Cut down. Like this.
Let's get down to business. One with nature.
Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion!
My lucky
There is
day.
no escape!
The wind knows me.
Dawn, break forth!
You win. This battle.
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful. Prepare while we can. Then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
It's my lucky day!
Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal!
The fairy! Let's get down to business. One with nature.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows it.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.